You don't fail because you're lazy, you fail because your brain is wired to quit. And until you understand this, you will keep starting over again and again. Zico wasn't lazy. In fact, he was tired of feeling stuck. That morning, he made a decision that felt different from all the others. He didn't just think about change, he wrote it down. A fresh start. A new version of himself. And for the first time in a long time, it actually felt real. He woke up early. No excuses. No delays. His body felt heavy, but his mind was louder. Every push-up, every small effort, felt like he was finally taking control of his life. By the end of the day, everything was checked off. Workout? Done. Focused work? Done. No distractions? Done. It was the kind of day that makes you believe. This is it. This is the version of me that wins. That night, Zico smiled. Not because it was easy, but because he finally felt in control. And in his mind, he said something dangerous. I'll never go back to my old self again. Day 2 looked almost the same. The routine was still there. The discipline was still there. But something felt slightly off. Not enough to stop him, but enough to slow him down. His energy wasn't as high. The excitement from day 1 had faded just a little. And that's when most people don't realize, the real test has just begun. Day 3, the alarm rang, and for the first time, Zico didn't jump out of bed. He just stared at it, thinking, negotiating, delaying, just 5 more minutes. It sounded harmless, small, almost irrelevant. But this is where everything starts to fall apart. 5 minutes turned into 30, 30 turned into an hour. And just like that, the perfect routine was broken. Not destroyed, just slightly cracked. He sat there, trying to justify it. It's okay, I'll fix it tomorrow. And that sentence has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. The next day came, but Zico didn't restart. Not because he didn't want to, but because starting again felt heavier than before. The excitement was gone, and now all he felt was resistance. So instead of fixing his routine, he avoided it. He picked up his phone, just for a minute. But minutes don't stay minutes. His brain quickly shifted to something easier. Something instant. No effort, just reward. Every scroll gave him a small hit of pleasure. Not happiness, just enough to keep him there. And slowly, without realizing, he was training his brain to choose easy over meaningful. Deep down, Zico knew something was wrong. That quiet voice in his head kept reminding him, you were supposed to do better. But knowing isn't enough, when your brain is already hooked. He looked at himself, not angry, not even surprised, just disappointed. Because this wasn't the first time. He had been here before. Starting strong, and then slowly fading away. Just a few days ago, he felt unstoppable. Full of energy, full of belief. But now, even small tasks felt heavy. That's when he realized something important. This wasn't about motivation anymore. This was his brain taking control. And his brain didn't care about goals, it cared about comfort. Your brain is designed to protect you, not improve you. It pushes you toward what's easy, what's familiar, what requires the least energy. And anything difficult feels like a threat. So when Zico tried to go back to his routine, it felt harder than before. Not because the work changed, but because his brain was now resisting it even more. And that's the moment most people quit. Not loudly, not dramatically, just silently. They stop trying. They accept it. And they go back to being the person they were trying to escape. But this time, something was different. Zico didn't distract himself. He didn't run away. He just sat there, and faced the truth. Maybe the problem wasn't his effort. Maybe the problem was his approach. He started observing his own mind. Not judging it, not fighting it, just understanding it. And slowly, he realized something most people never do. He was starting too big. Too fast. Too intense. And his brain was rejecting it. So this time, he did something unusual. He made his goals so small, it felt almost stupid. Just one push-up. No pressure. No expectations. And for the first time, his brain didn't resist. Because there was nothing to fear. Then he applied the same idea to everything. Work for just 5 minutes. Not hours. Not perfection. Just a start. Because starting is where most people fail. And something interesting happened. His brain stayed quiet. No excuses. No resistance. Because the task was too small to reject. But once he started, he didn't stop at 5 minutes. He kept going. Not because he forced himself, but because momentum took over. That's when he understood something powerful. Motivation doesn't come first. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. He stopped chasing perfect days, and started building consistent ones. Small wins. Repeated daily. No pressure, just progress. Day by day, he improved. Slowly. Quietly. No big announcements. No dramatic changes. Just steady growth that no one noticed, except him. This time, it wasn't about hype. It wasn't about motivation. It was about a system. A simple system, that his brain could actually follow. And now, his brain wasn't fighting him anymore. It was working with him, because he finally understood how it works. Same person, same goals, but a completely different result. Not because he changed who he was, but because he changed how he started. There was no pressure now. No unrealistic expectations. Just a clear path, one small step at a time. And even when he missed a day, he didn't panic. He didn't quit. Because he knew, consistency isn't about being perfect, it's about coming back. The next day, he simply showed up again. No excitement. No overthinking, just action. Because now, it wasn't about feeling ready, it was about being consistent. The progress was slow, almost invisible. But this time, it was real. Not a burst of motivation, but a steady climb that didn't crash. He didn't feel like a different person, but he felt in control. And that control gave him a quiet confidence he never had before. And the truth is, Zico isn't special. His story isn't unique. It's the same pattern that you might be living right now. You're not lazy. You're just untrained. Your brain has learned to choose easy over meaningful. And the only way to change that is to train it. Slowly. Without pressure. Without overwhelming yourself. Start small. So small that you can't fail. Because small actions, repeated daily, become unstoppable. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting to feel ready. Because that feeling will not save you. Build a system, follow it daily, and let your brain adapt to it, instead of fighting it. If you want to take control of your mind, and escape this loop, then subscribe to the mental trap. Because this time, you're not starting again. You're starting smart.